song that I would use to introduce people to the music of the very most would be probably When Summer Finally Dies. The reason for that is I really like the guitar work. There's some really good jangly stuff, but then there's also that kind of dual lead stuff in the choruses, or I don't know what part you call that, but anyway, kind of some Thin Lizzy almost type leads there. I also really like Gia's parts. I think one very important aspect of the very most music is the addition of female harmony vocals, and Gia does an excellent job on that one, as she does for almost all of our songs, or all of them, I shouldn't say almost, anyway. And I also really like the lyrics on that one. It's kind of semi-autobiographical. It kind of tells stories of Halloween's past in my childhood and teenage years, but anyway, so those are the reasons I really like that song, and I think it's a good introduction to the very most. It's a really good question, because the word twee to a lot of people is kind of a loaded term. It's a term that's not without controversy in certain circles. I don't know that I would necessarily describe the very most as being a twee pop band. When I think of twee pop bands, I think of bands that are kind of more across the board, cheery, and that are probably just happier than we are. Although our music is actually quite happy. It's the one thing that people say about it. But anyway, I think we do have a lot of songs that could rightly be characterized as indie pop. Although there are a lot of our songs that would more accurately be described as power pop, especially songs like The Motorview Lights that are more mid-tempo. But yeah, so we do some indie pop songs, some power pop songs, some even electro pop songs. A few of our songs are more electronic. So yeah, we kind of span different genres a little bit, but it is all pop music. So, yeah. That's another really good question. The hardest part about kind of keeping a band together and kind of managing, being the leader of a band, I would say is communication. In rehearsals, sometimes it's hard to get your point across. Sometimes it's hard to get your point across and also still not feel like you're being too controlling or trying to inhibit people's creativity. So that's difficult, but fortunately I've been blessed to work with musicians that that sometimes know what I would want in a song better than even I do. So I've been really lucky in that way. So another difficulty is just coordinating everyone's schedules, I guess. Getting time off to go on tour. Yeah, so none of the people that have played in the very most get to be professional musicians, including myself, obviously, and so we have to schedule in the very most between all of our other responsibilities and passions, and family obligations and whatever else. So that can be difficult at times. So, yeah, how I combine my family life with my work as a musician. As I mentioned before, this isn't how I make my living primarily. I'm not a professional songwriter / rock musician, whatever. My main job is as a web programmer. I work a normal 40-hour week, and when I get home, I feel it's pretty important to spend some time with my family before my kids go to sleep at night. So usually the time that I have to spend on music is usually after they've gone to sleep, and I'm lucky in that I have a studio in my backyard that I can go use whenever's convenient for me, so that works out real well in that way. Yeah, obviously there are times where I need to do things at other times of the day, like when we rehearse. That's usually in the evening, but for the most part I try to get as much done when I couldn't be spending that time with my family. So that's how I do it. I forego watching movies, I think. I don't watch a lot of movies. I don't follow a sports team. I don't read a lot of books, unfortunately. The main things in my life are work, my family, and being a musician. So that's how I manage that. And it might make for me not being a super well-rounded person at times, but it's what I've got to do, I guess. All right. So whether a musician has a role in voicing their political opinions, I'm not sure what kind of role musicians should have. Probably just the same role that a normal citizen would have in terms of an obligation to participate in the political process and to voice your opinions in appropriate forms and in appropriate ways. I haven't really felt the need so far to try to write a very overtly political song. Some, the very most songs do kind of hint at that, but as far as, you know, something that whacks people over the head with my politics, I haven't done that yet. I don't, if I ever decided to do that, it would be to challenge myself, because I'm not sure that that's my natural gift, is to write lyrics about things like that. But yeah, in terms of voicing your political opinions as a person that's a musician, I think that makes sense, because often about your favorite musician you'll know things like know whether they're married, whether they have kids, where they're from, whether they went to college, that kind of thing. People know some basic history and basic facts about their favorite musicians, and I don't think it's wrong for musicians to make their political views known, just in terms of getting to know them more as a human, I guess. But yeah, might be kind of that's how I felt it's been most appropriate in terms of my whatever platform I have as someone in the very most, which is not a very big platform at all. I don't want to make it seem like people care that much what I think, but anyway. I think the musician that I would most want to work with would be Rose Melberg, who has been in so many bands. I'll just name a few of her most famous. The Softies, Tiger Trap, and she has a new project called Imaginary Pants, and she's done a lot of solo work. Anyway, Rose Melberg, she's awesome. I love her voice. It's just a beautiful, pure, just lovely voice, and she writes amazing songs and just such beautiful poppy songs. And yeah, if she ever wanted to sing on the very most song, I would love that, and I would definitely be interested in collaborating with her music. So, Rose Melberg. As far as our plans in 2013 go, we're putting out an EP at the end of May on this label called Manic Pop Records there in Minnesota. And we're putting out a lot of great stuff these days. A band called Blooper, Choo Choo Trains, I'm real fond of those guys. And yeah, we're real honored to be label mates with them and to be working with such a great new label for our next EP. We're going to be probably releasing an Odds and Ends compilation with just compilation tracks, a single that was released for free, just kind of compiling them in one collection and get it on iTunes, make some CDs. I don't know if that'll be through a label or if it'll just be self-releasing that, but either way, that'll come out this year. We'll be continuing work on a full length in 2013 as well, but we'll see if we can get that done. If we get that done, it'll be in late 2013 for sure. Also doing some full band shows this year, which I wasn't originally planning on doing in 2013, but things have changed a little bit, so we're going to be doing that. A show in Boise and a show in New York. So anyway, yeah, those are our planned plans of 2013. There may be some unplanned plans that end up happening, but we'll see. So the music that I'm looking forward to in 2013. First off, I'm really looking forward to the new Camera Obscura album. They're one of my favorite bands, maybe even my favorite, tied with like the Beach Boys and Belle and Sebastian and the Smiths. They're that great to me. Yeah, so really looking forward to their album. So glad that they're still around and making great records. Their last one was probably their best. Yeah, so can't wait for that one. Another album I'm really looking forward to is by the Pastels. I heard a couple months back that they were coming out with a new album, and just can't wait for that. The clips I've heard just sound great. Love those guys so much. So such an important influence on the music that I do. Veronica Fall's album already came out, but it's really, really, really good. I'm actually traveling 7 hours to go see them in a few weeks. So yeah, exciting year. 2013 should be really good, and I know I will have a really tough time deciding what my #1 album of 2013 is going to be, but yeah, I guess I shouldn't be thinking that far in advance, but oh well. Anyway, yeah. So an underrated record, that to me was an extremely easy question to answer, and that would be the album California Trail by Adam and Darcy. It's one of the most beautiful records ever made, and the people who made it are friends of mine, but that isn't why I'm saying how great it is. It's just gorgeous from front to back, and it kind of tells the story of people traveling across the American West to finally arrive in California, but it's more of a metaphor of striving to reach a goal that you've been working for all your life, and that description doesn't do it justice. But anyway, Adam and Darcy, beautiful folk harmonies, just so good. I can't even tell you. I've seen them live, and I've cried at their live shows. It's just so good, and no one knows about them. I mean, it's at least compared to how good they are. They have a handful of fans like me, but they deserve to be very well known, and they aren't, and that's unfortunate. In terms of a newer band that I think is kind of under-recognized at the moment, but this makes a little more sense, is a band called Souvenir Stand. It's a new band out of New Jersey, and it's really great, kind of girl group, Beach Boys type influence, and really great songs and really great singing. And I really hope that she gains a much larger audience than she currently has. It's a girl named Stephanie that is the brains and voice behind Souvenir Stand, but yeah, so Souvenir Stand and Adam Darcy, go check out those two bands. I want to thank Bloodbuzzed for sending me such great questions and for helping me make this video. Thanks so much, Raul. I wanted to thank Boise Fry Company for making such amazing food and for letting us film at their location here at Bound Crossing. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I would ask you to share it with your friends on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. Bye.